Oh, rough day.
You have no idea.
Let's talk about it.
Belle, I think we're on the air, but we can't be on the air because our beginning is on. We're on the air. Okay. I'm assuming we're on the air, Lorianne. I don't know. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Two Broads from Boca, as our intro was once again screwed up. Thank you, gentlemen. We really appreciate that. But we are coming to you live. I think you can see the intro on Facebook right now. And now you can't. Now you're seeing us. But they screwed up our intro once again. Thank you. But we are live and we are here saying hi to you. This is my beautiful co-host, Lorianne Riolo. And
Hello.
I am your also beautiful co-host.
Yes, you are.
Amy Schreibman, Dr. Amy Schreibman. And we are here talking to you from Boca Raton, Florida, which had a little bit of a downpour today. Florida. I'm a New Yorker. And you can give us a call, 1-888-565-1470. You can watch us live on Facebook. Leave your comments because we're watching live with you. And that's pretty much it. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was very nice, actually, considering it was the weekend before school started. The kids started back to school today. So I'm a little out of sorts, getting up early again. I mean, I always get up early, but not this early, not at the crack of dawn.
Chaos.
So it's a little hard for me to get used to that. It'll take me about a week, the kids too. But
Really?
the weekend was great. We went out at family dinner on Friday night,
that.
which I love. And we took my mom with us. And it was
Aw.
very
I
nice.
have
And
to
I
meet
went
your
to
mom.
shops, which I absolutely love. Chef Sean always treats us really right there.
Sean, I'm
whenever we
coming
go
for
in
you.
there. Yeah, he's fantastic.
I know. I like that
Excellent.
macaroni and cheese and the cauliflower thing.
Yes.
I can't right now because I'm starving.
Well, my
myself.
mom wanted the fried lobster, so that's why we went there. The little morsels.
those are very good.
I know, it's very good.
Low in calorie too.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then, Saturday night, we actually went to an event with some really great friends that
Oh,
invited
nice.
us, and all the people that came, we actually knew them. So it was a small world, and it was really, really enjoyable. It was a
fun.
Venetian party, so we got to wear those
Oh, I love that.
really
like
cool
almost
masks.
like a Mardi
so
Gras
you don't
kind
really
of thing.
know who's who.
Oh, I
and
like
yeah,
very,
a little
very sexy,
mysterious.
Lorianne.
Yes, it was.
I like that. And then Sunday you just got
Sunday
ready for
was
school.
just family dinner, cooking, and getting ready for school.
Yeah, school. I that's like a 4-letter word for me. I'm already thinking about June, and we haven't even started yet.
Yeah, and the first day of school went relatively smooth
Okay.
until my dog started vomiting.
I know that good times. The poor
I have a
dog.
100-pound lab, Daisy. She's adorable, but when she's sick, she's
I think
not
both
so
my
adorable.
dogs together don't even measure 40 pounds.
I know, she's a sweetheart. She's a big teddy bear, but
Oh,
I think she's feeling better
All
now.
right.
If not, I'm taking her to the vet.
All right. Yeah, you have to.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was I just drive now. That's it.
know.
Even though Joe
You're
has a
sweet.
license, we have the same argument about getting him a car. He wants one. We don't want to give him one. So basically, I just drive. Like Lorian and I had our pre-production meeting this morning at 9. I walked in my house at 4:07.
You need to get one of those vans that you could just
And
sit in the back and do all your work and talk on the phone and have a driver.
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, I'll tell Noah that. That's, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
Goals.
gonna-
You have to have
I have to
goals.
have mom goals. That's
Yes.
it. That's mom goals. So, what's happening? We are having a lovely evening on Thursday.
Yes.
Speak of this.
Since we rushed it last week,
Yes, we did. We
wanna
rushed it.
talk about it a little bit more. What we're doing Thursday night at Ouzo Bay, which is in Meisner Park. It's a Greek cuisine
Opa.
restaurant. Yep. Great bar scene. It's a beautiful spot if you haven't been there already. I mean, they put a lot of money into
It's gorgeous.
renovating
I mean,
this space.
literally, it's gorgeous.
It really is pretty, and we'll be there, so that
It's
makes
okay.
it
We make
even
lamb.
better.
That's what I like. I like that. Greek
And all your
lamb.
girlfriends, and it doesn't have to be girls. If you want to bring your guy
Bring the
friends,
men
your
too.
partner, your husband, whoever,
Whatever it is.
the
just
more the
bring-
merrier.
No pets allowed, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
no.
that night.
No.
Actually, Meisner's very pet
No,
friendly.
they
but
are,
not,
aren't they?
yeah,
But
they
not.
are.
I don't think you can bring it inside.
No, I don't think so.
And
Not
if you're
there.
not inside, then you won't be seeing us.
Right.
There
It's,
you go.
It's too hot. Right
And if you're a
now anyways.
vegetarian, no problem. We make lamb. No, I love that movie. That my big fat Greek wedding.
Yeah.
So no, but they have all kinds of vegetarian choices
It's a lot
too.
of fish. You know, they have the fish displayed on ice. So
It's
you can
beautiful.
walk
It
over
really
and
is
see what
beautiful
you're getting.
inside.
It's
I
really-
can't wait. It's going to be a
I'm
lot
really
of fun.
excited.
Half price drinks.
And for those of you that started school today, like me, well, your kids started school today, like me, by Thursday, you're definitely
gonna need a
be
couple to
needing
throw
those
back.
cocktails. So
Yeah. I don't even. I can't. You have no idea. just the deluge of emails about committees and where you're supposed to be. And I was
My son came
supposed to
home
be
with a
at
stack of
school this
syllabus.
morning, but I had to go and take
Syllabi.
care of my school business. Ugh, I was just really, no. You're holding up quite well and look lovely. Thank you very much. You're
Considering.
You're an inspiration.
Considering my day.
Yes. As we all know, the solar eclipse is coming on the 21st, okay? Apparently your children's school felt compelled to close that day.
My daughter's school is closing. They're being, I guess, overly cautious. They don't want to take responsibility because I was just at my eye doctor last week and I asked him his professional opinion. I said, what's the deal with the solar eclipse? Is it something I really need to worry about? Are they exaggerating? He said, you don't, he says, no one ever goes outside and stares up at the sun.
Well,
he says, but now they might.
Yeah.
Now that there's so much attention being drawn to it. But I guess children take in more light.
Not only that, but when you're looking, the whole thing with the solar eclipse is that when you're looking at the sun being covered by the moon, your eyes, you have cones and rods in your eyes, and they adjust to, when your pupils dilate, when you shine a light in it. I mean, they constrict when you shine a light in it, they dilate when no light. So your pupil will now be dilated because there's no light. So if you're looking at it when the sun comes back out, your eyes are not going to be prepared for that.
Right.
Therefore, you're going to get a lot of bad UV rays and can cause damage that's not reversible. So
her school is closing because they just don't want to take. They feel like
so don't look in the sun.
Parent supervision
ever.
will be a lot better than the schools. Palm Beach County schools, which my son is in that system, they're staying open. They're just moving outdoor activities inside until 4:30.
And if you feel compelled to look at the sun when this is happening for some reason, use the appropriate glasses. They have them on Amazon. They come in a 4-pack for $9.99. Do not look through a binocular or a telescope because that would.
I mean, what are they? Are they like the 3D glasses
they
that
look
you wear
like
in the
3D
movie
glasses.
theater? Like,
they
is
look
that what
like
they look
that,
like?
but they're not 3D. They're obviously different kinds of UV protection. Do not look through binoculars or a telescope because the light will come in more and really blind you right on the spot. So my suggestion is get the glasses, stay inside, don't look at the sun ever for any reason.
Right, you should never be looking at the sun.
Unless you want to burn out your corneas.
Right.
Go right ahead.
Exactly.
But I just think that we wanted to do that little PSA because we both have children. And
the whole reason why this came up is because I was having a complete
breakdown. Little bit of.
I was going to say tantrum.
A little bit. Okay.
When I got the email saying that, school was closed already next Monday.
I personally love the fact that we have some Jewish holidays that our school closes for, even though we're a non-denominational school. And I love non-denomination school. I love that because it gives me a minute to just but we're getting gypped on one of them because...
Yeah, I noticed there's only one day off in September this year.
Very sad.
Why is that?
I don't
Because it doesn't fall on a weekend?
Right. One falls on a weekend, which I'm very upset about. I demand that holidays fall during the week. But I think...
Don't worry about it, Amy. They got a lot of days off, so
no,
don't
some
feel
of the
gypped.
things, I feel the whole, week of Thanksgiving thing is ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't like that. Take those 3 days and take them off the end of the year. I want to get out May 1st. That's my goal. I don't all this Veterans Day. Have an assembly discussing the veterans. Don't give them day off. They don't need election day off. They don't vote.
Do you know Linda Berardo?
I do. That's
Las
my
Vegas.
cousin, and I love her.
Love Vegas.
She just went to see Lady Gaga, by the way, and put beautiful, beautiful things all over Facebook so that I could virtually see her.
Nancy D'Agostino.
Yes, another vowel.
Quinio. Sorry if I butchered your name. She's asking about transitions, which is true. My daughter wears the transition.
Do not wear the transition. They will hurt. You can still hurt your eyes.
You can, so you're not protected
still hurt
with
your
those.
eyes. So please do not.
Thank goodness I have you, Dr. Amy.
That's. Oops, I'm sorry. That's always going to happen. That's why that's why they keep me around. I keep everybody healthy. That's my goal. So speaking of keeping people healthy and stuff like that, I think we come from a place, particularly here in South Florida, where most people are pretty naked much of the time. And I see a lot of times people trying to be very healthy and stuff like that because they see themselves as fat, imperfect,
Listen,
ugly.
it's very hard. I'm a big framed, tall girl, and it's very hard sometimes to be around girls who are zeros and twos, and they're tiny and they're under a certain height, and it does. It sometimes it's a little difficult. I get teased. Oh, look at the giant girl in the group. I usually have to sit down in the photos. I mean, I let it roll off my back. I'm used to it.
I know.
But
I get
it's
the
my
same
body.
thing.
I can't.
No, you can't change that. I get the fat bottom girl. My husband even sings that to me from Queen. And for those of you, most of the my friends, Kathy Vredenberg, hi, thanks for tuning in. Nancy, I was very, very, very overweight, morbidly obese as a young woman. 397 pounds. So what happens is that you take care of yourself, you lose the weight, you whatever we do to try to make ourselves look nice, but you always are very critical. I think women are far more critical, particularly in this age group, and from 40 on, we're brutal to ourselves.
Listen, I agree with being healthy, and if the gym is your gig, great, go for it. But I also think you have to. There's some people cross the line and they go overboard, starving themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, walking around with this. I see girls walking around all day with Starbucks coffee in
That's
their
all
hand,
they do,
and they're miserable.
I know. Well, they're hungry. That's why
they're very hungry.
They're hungry.
I know when I don't eat, I'm grouchy, I'm angry, I'm tired.
You're hangry, sister.
I'm hangry. That's the word.
You are hangry.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's sad because I see when I first moved here, Angela, thank you. I appreciate that, but you were always a sweetheart too. When I appreciate women who, like you said, want to be healthy. But when I first came here, we went out to breakfast with the girls, right? With the kids were in preschool. So I had scrambled eggs, we were at a bagel place. Scrambled eggs, I had a bagel and fruit or whatever they gave me, or whatever it was, oatmeal, whatever it was. And one of the mothers looked at me and goes, "Oh boy, you don't really care about anything that you eat, do you?" And at that point, I remember being extremely uncomfortable and self-conscious. And I was decent weight. I was still a little, what they would call chubby. I was happy. I was at that point a size like 10. And I had just had a baby. So I hadn't gotten quite back down to where I was. And then I got pregnant with Dave. And after Dave, I was 125 pounds. And I stayed that way between 125 and 130 until menopause. And now I got 15 pounds on me that I went shopping. That's what I did Sunday. I went shopping because Lorianne and I have to go to this thing on Friday. And I cried and beat myself up the entire time in the dressing room about they didn't have size 10 that I could have bought a nice dress. I was so upset because now I used to be a 4'6" and now I'm an 8'10". And I know that people are like, shut up. But for me, that might as well be a size 32 and a half like I used to be. So what do we do? Girls, what do you do when you feel like this?
There's something called body dysmorphia. I think most of us have it.
All
you
of us have.
Look in the mirror and you see everything wrong.
Everything.
You could be thin, but you think you're fat. Or you could be, your face could look young and hardly have any wrinkles, but you see a bunch of wrinkles. You see a lot of things. We're the most critical of ourselves.
Of course.
Always. We're almost critics. And Friday, I went to Aventura Mall, and I haven't been to Aventura Mall in 20 years. And I was able to find so many things. And I said to the girl,
"Why?
You have my size shoes. I mean, I'm 10, 11 shoe. Nobody wears that here. If they do, they get one, and it's very anticlimactic.
Or they lie and
they have
squish
to order
their foot into a 9.
Or they bring it out. It's a 6 on the shelf, and they bring it out, and it looks like Jolly the Green Giant just visited.
She's got flippers. Come on.
I do.
Let's call it what
I do.
it is. Nancy.
But anyways, the girl said to me that was working in the store, the one that was waiting on me, this is North Miami. The girls are curvy here.
Exactly.
They're not.
I gotta move.
They're not zeros. They're not twos.
I gotta
move. Like, oh,
but see, people forget too. I think that.
But it made me feel good. I didn't feel
should
out
make
of
you
place.
feel exactly.
I
felt
felt
belonged.
exactly.
Right. And I feel that I understand what you're saying because I think that people here are so self-conscious. Not here, just in general. Women are so self-conscious about thin. You have to be thin. You have to be thin. But I'm not a boy. My father always used to say, men like a little meat with their bread. And you want to still look feminine. You don't want to look, not well in as far as unhealthy and stuff like that. But I have met many women who would be considered obese, which I've taken care of, are healthy and would like to lose weight, but are healthy. And I think people confuse a lot of time, and I'm going to get a lot of flack, I'm sure, about that. Peter says you're not moving to Miami. No, we're just going to drive and shop there. But I think people confuse the fact that just because you're overweight or you're a little overweight, that doesn't mean you're not healthy. You know,
Right.
like I was telling Lorianne this morning when I went to the gym. Now my hair's in a ponytail. I got like the most funny outfits on for the gym. I would never wear anything short sleeve because I got the bat wings. But one of the women came up to me and she's like, I just heard what you said. She said, because I was saying to these young girls, I'm like, you keep exercising because you don't want to get this when you get older. And she said, we all think you're so pretty. And I was like, oh my God, that's no makeup, sweating like a dog, stinking up the place. And you never see yourself that way.
Listen, this morning, that video we did, I was mortified because I had no makeup on.
Okay,
you looked beautiful and natural.
No, I had no makeup on.
Like,
I got more glitter in my hair right now from the gray than a Christmas tree on Fifth Avenue. I go tomorrow. My Michelle, thank God you're back from vacation. It's so bad.
Well, we're more paranoid because we're brunettes, so the whites,
terrible.
I feel like they glow when
it's
the
glitter.
light hits.
I'm getting deglittered tomorrow. That's
but
what
it's
but
really
I don't
not
like.
that noticeable.
I think it's sad because I even get upset with myself, as I'm sure you do, when we say these terrible things about like even if I decide that I want to eat something that day, that's not what I should be eating. I literally beat myself up the entire day that I ate
But I
a
will
piece of
tell
bread.
you something. You should not say it around your guy.
I see. She's right.
Say it around your girlfriend. Say it to your mother.
Not all girlfriends. Well, then they're not your girlfriends.
Right, the ones that are not going to kick you while you're down. But not to your guy. You don't want to point out your flaws to your guy.
I agree with you because you know what? He's got eyes. He sees them already. I always say, thank God Noah has glasses. I always say that to him.
Stop.
Off with the glasses, blind like a bat. I was sailing. It was good. But no, I think Linda Barato says, I especially enjoy that booties are in the right are in right now. Yes, the booties are. Thank God for Jennifer Lopez. By the way, she went to my high school. Just saying, it's a Bronx thing what we got down here. But yeah, so I do think that we're very cruel to each other.
We are.
And to ourselves, but I think women can be a little cruel to each other. Not always.
Oh, definitely. That's why I said you have to be careful who you tell.
Yeah. Girls, let me tell you something.
Misery loves company sometimes.
Yeah, well, and we know a lot of misery, don't we? Not a lot of miserable people.
That's a whole other show.
That's a whole other show for another day. But no, I really do. Nancy says that the two of us are so beautiful inside and out. And stop with the weight. You're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, Nancy.
And Nancy knows me from 13 years old, and I was a two-desk child. It was really, I was very large. Very, very large. But, you work on it. You do what you have to do and stuff like that. It was not easy. And I do not like when people judge people by the cover, whether they're what they consider a bad hairdo or a dye job.
You don't know what people have going on in their
lives. That's what I'm trying to
You
say.
just don't
You
know.
have no idea. And everybody looks at you from the outside and they're like, judge.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No.
You just really can't do that. All right, certain people you can. No, I'm not. Some people you really can't. I mean, trust your gut, trust your instinct.
Right.
But give a person a chance. And I really feel like that. Don't. Like when I was shopping on Sunday and I was by myself because the boys won't come with me. Noah was working. And you see all these women and some of them were overweight women, but just beautiful. I mean, they looked beautiful. They had it all together, and it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. It's who you are. It's not.
I hate to say this cliche.
It is.
Beauty comes from within, but it does.
It
if
really
you're happy,
does.
you see it in someone's eyes.
I really agree with that. I really, really agree with that. But that I think there's a lot of pressure with, trying to be this perfect woman all the time, and then
right. You got to
stuff
give yourself
happens. Menopause
right. Yeah.
happens. Illnesses happen.
Listen, I got thyroid cancer. Have my thyroid removed.
And I have hypothyroidism. That doesn't help.
That's when I gained all my weight. It was slow and gradual, but it did.
I know.
And it's this up and down, vicious cycle, back and forth. And it was very hard for me because I was always thin.
Of course.
And I really have to work at it. I exercised.
Me too.
But I never had to work at it.
I know.
It just was my build, and so that it still is difficult for me every day. It's a struggle.
I think a lot of women have bad relationships with food, and people don't realize. Again, you have to take in calories to burn calories. Starving yourself puts your body into a whole different kind of state, a ketotic state, and that's a starving state. So you wind up storing whatever you do eat. Your body's like, oh my God, it's some nutrition, and it stores, and then it gets stored as fat. It's not burned. So in order to burn calories, you have to take in calories. The whole idea is like it's a car. You have to give it fuel to go. You're not going to overfill it because then it's going to fall all over the place. But you do have to fill it in order for it to go. And that's the whole concept. And I try to tell people that, if you want to have a piece of bread, have a piece of bread. Don't have a whole loaf of bread.
Right.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
Deprive,
See, like I can't. I could eat a whole loaf of bread right here. Dry.
So let's talk a little bit about the topics we're going to talk about on Thursday.
Oh, I love that. So good.
With our special guest.
Our special guest.
Who's
We're speaking
author.
to Dawn Masler. She's coming to our show. She's a love biologist. She's a neurobiologist. And she wrote a book about love and all the neurological things that go on in our body and why we're attracted to certain people and why some of us repeat the bad patterns,
Because I don't want to always talk about kids.
No, I hate kids. I hate my own kids.
We got to talk some about
no, and I think it's really
and sexting
important.
and dating and singles and
I think
all the
that
people that aren't attached.
You know what I really
to
want to talk about too? I want to talk about exes for a moment. I'd like to know from all of you, when is it appropriate to stop talking to your ex if you get married or if you're dating somebody else and you had a nice breakup? Do you stop talking to the ex?
See, I think if you don't have children together, there should be no reason to communicate.
I agree with you.
They're not your friend.
No.
Anymore.
Obviously, because then you'd be with them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you. There is no reason.
There's no good that can come of that.
No, and it's not fair to the other guy, or the girl.
Right.
Like I would, if Noah ever spoke to his ex, I'd kill him.
I mean, what is the reason? If you're still hanging on and you're still leaving,
let it go. Close the door.
I call it the little door open. Yeah. You leave it just open.
You gotta close the door. You gotta close the door. Yeah. What do you think? 1-888-565-1470. I say close the door. No good is gonna come of it.
No. And I think so. Even if it is innocent, which it could very well be very innocent, you get caught.
I don't think it's innocent.
How are you going to get out of that one?
I
Nothing
don't
you can say that's going to explain, oh, by the way, I've been talking to my ex for 3 months. Sorry, I forgot to mention it.
No. That's not going to go over well.
Exactly.
It's not going to go over well. I don't like it. So, no. I don't think that it's healthy. I think that, no. I think, you know what? To me, there's always that ulterior motive. What do you want to talk about? What are you going to talk about? Like, seriously, what is there to talk about?
The current person?
Yeah, exactly. None of your business.
Exactly.
None of these wax. I'm sorry. I just think it's crazy. I don't know. That's just what I'm saying. I think it's crazy.
And you had your funny
My son David just texted me, I hate my own kids, ?
Oh, no.
I'm
He's
just
listening?
joking. Yeah, they listen. It's very nice. My kids listen. I have no privacy at all, ever. But no, I do not hate my kids. I love my kids, but I don't want to talk about you anymore. Nancy said that she also had a partial thyroidectomy. Non-cancerous, but I was so skinny before they removed it.
Yes.
That's what she
said. And
said.
I have to tell you, right when I got it, everyone said, oh, you're getting your thyroid out. You're going to gain so much weight. So I was focused on the weight right from the beginning. But I never realized how much the thyroid actually controls. It's like the computer in your body.
It's everything.
The hormones, everything.
It's a very important organ.
There's some times where I feel like my head does a 360 and
course.
The alien comes out.
Course.
And I'll stop and be like, did I just do that? Why did I do that? I don't understand why.
Wow. No, it's hard. It's hard. Well, I remember.
It's hard on Peter.
Would you? Yeah.
It's extremely hard on him.
But he's hanging in there. Did you? How did you know that there was something wrong? Did you present with something, or were you just tired?
I was putting my bronzer on my neck like this, and I saw a lump, but I felt a little under the weather.
Right. So you thought it was just.
I waited about 6 months. It was still there.
Oh, if we were friends right there, you would have been at the doctor that afternoon.
Oh, my doctor right away sent me. He goes, "You're going for the ultrasound," and I mean, it was immediate.
Oh.
They did the biopsy, sent me down. I got it.
Wow.
The whole thing ended up being cancerous, and then I had to do radiation because it was in my lymph nodes.
Are you serious?
So thank goodness I
God
caught it when I
bless
did.
you.
You really can't ignore it.
Do you see? Prevention is the key. I'm going to give you a little nurse
Absolutely.
tip. You have to prevent everything. Everything. Prevention is the best medicine. It's better than a cure. Trust me when I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
We have about 1 minute, right? I hear our music. That went
Goes by
so
so
fast.
fast.
All right, so Thursday night.
Thursday, all my ladies, all my guys,
Uzo
whoever.
Bay, 201 Plaza Real in East Boca.
As I said 201,
I believe
don't know if
so.
that's
I'm pretty
central.
sure that's correct.
But it is in Meisner Park.
Yes. So it's Uzo Bay Restaurant. We will be
Yes.
there live at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Come drink, come meet us. Come hang out. We'll have a good time. And we'll see you then. Have a good night. Thanks for
Have a
joining
great
us.
week. Rough day.
You have no idea.
Rough day.
You have no idea.
Let's talk about it.